Hi, my name is Ben Kelly, and I'm going to teach you about the basics of sonata form. Understanding sonata form can be very beneficial when learning a piece. Knowing how different parts relate can help the way you interact with the piece. By having a good grasp on the intentions of the composer, you can greatly improve your communication of the motive with the audience. The basic form of a standard sonata is exposition, development, and recapitulation. I will be using Haydn's Piano Sonata in B minor, movement 1, as an example. The exposition is the beginning of the piece, and it introduces the two major themes. The first theme, or primary theme, introduces the tonic key of the piece. In the case of the example piece, the tonic is B minor, which is also the key of the primary theme. You can hear the distinct theme at the very top of the piece. Remember this as it returns again in the development and in the recapitulation. Following the primary theme, the piece transitions into the secondary theme. In some cases, the secondary theme is longer than the first theme, which is consistent with the example sonata. The main purpose of the secondary theme is to modulate to the secondary key. In the case of a major sonata, the secondary key is the dominant 5 chord of the tonic. If the tonic is minor, the secondary key modulates to the major 3 chord. In the case of the Haydn sonata, because it is in B minor, the secondary theme will modulate to D major. In measure 14 of the example, we hear a modulation to D major as the secondary theme is introduced. This extends through measure 29, which marks the end of the exposition. We hear a perfect authentic cadence, and we see a repeat sign, which marks the close of the secondary theme. After the exposition is repeated, we are brought to the development. This section does not have any definitive structure other than its return to the recapitulation. The development can bring us through many different chords and harmonies that are not a part of the primary or secondary keys. As I said before, the primary and secondary themes can be brought back and manipulated in different ways, which can often be intriguing and deceptive. In the Haydn sonata, the first theme is stretched from measure 44 to measure 49. This pattern eventually brings us back to the primary theme, almost exactly as it is heard in the exposition. Hearing the primary theme in the primary key marks the recapitulation. Ultimately, the recap models the same structure as the exposition, except the secondary theme stays in the tonic key. This means when it reaches the secondary theme, it will not modulate. You may hear small changes to the theme to make it work in the tonic key, especially in minor, but it resolves the same way the exposition does, with a perfect authentic cadence. The piece then repeats back to the development and then comes to a close with the same authentic cadence. And that is the sonata form. The 3 sections, exposition, development, and recapitulation, mesh to bring us a simple yet intricate structure. There is more to the sonata form, such as an introduction prior to the exposition in some cases, but the 3-part structure is most common. Hopefully this video helped in understanding the sonata form, and it should help with connecting the dots in your future sonatas.